Hi everyone, welcome to my breakdown of my 2026 planner system. I do apologize, it has been so long since I posted over here, but I am wanting to get back into posting on a more regular basis. So if you're new here, make sure you go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss anything. And if you're not, welcome back. I have actually been trying to record this for about a month, but I've had this laryngitis, whatever. I've had no voice, and it's not perfect now, but it's much better than it has been. So we're just going to get into it. So if you have followed me, you know for many, many years, I've been in A6 rings. That was just my ride or die. But it's just bulky enough. I feel like it's hard to throw in my bag. And it's not that common of a size, so it can be kind of difficult to find accessories or even covers sometimes. So I dabbled in a pocket. And while I love the portability, it just was not big enough for me. And then I hopped over into personal rings. There's a lot I like about this. I think right now my biggest issue is, and this cover is awesome, it's Foxy Fix. I don't know exactly what the leather is because I bought it secondhand, but this cover is just too bulky. And I think that is making me not use it. So I'm kind of on the hunt for a Filofax original cover, if I can find a good deal on one, because I am a college student. I think that might salvage personal rings for me, but we'll get into that a little bit more later. So let me do a quick flip here. These are just things that I have laminated. It was a paper pack from Amazon. Everything that I have a link for, I will link in the description box below. These monthlies are actually from Hobby Lobby, and I just thought they were cute. I have like last year's in here that I had just printed, but this is what I will have in here for 2026, if I can get them. And I don't know, I just thought they were kind of cute. Didn't love that I had to go through and write in the dates. I feel like I always screw something up, but I did pretty good with these. And they have this neat, like, kind of, for one thing, there's different patterns. There we go, different patterns on the different months. And then I kind of like this monthly dashboard as well. So then I have weeklies. And these are Sleepy Notes Club. I love her style. And this mimicked, you know, kind of the Hobonichi weeks, which has worked very well for me in the past. However, I don't know. I guess I'm just going through a transitional phase where I am not weekly planning that much. And so these have largely gone unused for me recently. Just a little bit more paper here. I have these horizontal monthlies where I have been tracking some health stats. Obviously not very faithfully. I don't think I've written anything down for quite a while. I aspire to be a tracker girly. I'm not very good at that. Maybe that's something in 2026 I can kind of get a handle on. Otherwise, I think I'm giving up on them permanently. I think that's all I have. Oh, I guess I did print out a year in pixels as well. I think this would be neat, you know, whether I'm tracking temperature or mood or whatever. I think those are neat. We'll see if that's something I'm able to keep up with. Lists. Online orders. This section is not fully fleshed out yet. I love a good list. You know, house projects that I want to get done, Christmas gifts, wants, needs. You know, I like to have a list of like things to do, you know, when I have time, things to add to my planner. There's an endless amount of lists. I actually have a book called Make a List that even gives me more ideas for things I can make lists about. This insert is, I don't know if I can read that tiny print, Haru Plans. I have quite an extensive Audible library. You know, I'll do like 99 cents for 3 months, and I'll buy a bunch of books, and I don't get through them all. So I wanted to write down what I own and then cross it off as I got through it. Now, on the back side was for podcasts. I just used a little whiteout because I don't need to track my podcasts that I listen to, but I did definitely want to track the audiobooks as I got through them. This is my school section. where I was just keeping track of assignments, some appointments, things like that. Thank God in heaven, my semester is over. And next semester, I will only be doing one class plus my internship. So I probably won't need to track a lot of that. I guess we'll see. I do need to keep track of some things for my internship. So we'll see how I use that. This is my meal planning section. This is just a laminated thing. Up here, meals. Down here for a grocery list where I can put Post-its. Except I don't have just plain white Post-its. The yellow ones look terrible. And so I just use these transparent ones. And I don't love that either. So I need to bite the bullet and just buy some white ones. But I liked the idea of being able to switch that out weekly. Here I am. These are some more lists. Basically, I want to kind of create a master list of meals. Like this is with tofu, Mexican food, Asian, Indian food, potatoes, soups. I just want to create kind of a master list. So as I'm meal planning, I can be like, oh, that looks good or whatever. Obviously, that is a work in progress. In 2026, I aspire to get better with my finances. Like I said, I will be doing an unpaid internship, so I'm going to need to get better with my finances. So I do have a tab for faith here. Don't currently have anything in there. Usually I have sermon notes pages. In 2026, I really want to get into doing Bible studies. And so I may have some inserts to track that. This is just a magazine page with, a tab I made to track my garden plans, which I'm just getting started on planning out my garden. It's the travel section. I made this in Canva. I just like to keep track of where I've been. And hopefully someday I will fill this up. I don't like to fly, so we'll see about Hawaii, but the rest of the states at least. And then just some old flight information for when my boyfriend had a trip. Blog. I don't currently have really much in here, but I'm getting really serious about getting my blog going again. So I would like to do some content planning, keep track of like sponsored posts, things like that. Okay, there's another tab here. And this is actually, this has got somebody's phone number on here. I don't want to show you, but I am on the board newly formed for the nonprofit that is supporting our local library. I live in a town of like under 1,000 people, and we are fortunate enough to have a library, but government funding has all but dried up for that. So we have started a nonprofit to fundraise and keep the library going. This is my notes section. I just, sometimes you just need a spot. Unfortunately, I have some phone numbers and stuff on there too, but just to write random things down. That is it for me. This is my Lions Club section. This sticker, actually, I have one of my friends from high school, and her husband moved to Germany kind of as a missionary type of situation. Her husband's an artist, so she sent me some cute stickers. But I am the marketing chairperson for our local Lions Club, and my boyfriend's the president. So I do have a section there. I have a yearly calendar. Like in January, there's a week of hunger, or a week of service addressing hunger, where we will do a fundraising project, etc. February 15th is International Childhood Cancer Day. That's one of the pillars that the Lions Club addresses. So, I want to make sure I'm posting to our social medias relevant information on those days. And I've got some note pages like for meetings and stuff. So back here, again, kind of some sensitive information, but I've got these vinyl things. I've got business cards. I've got membership cards, insurance cards, gift cards, things like that. A zipper pouch that I currently have nothing in. And this is just another laminated thing. And so that is that planner. Let me tell you, I haven't touched it in probably a month. And let me tell you why. It's because I got this darn thing. I hate jumping on planner trends. However, everybody's in a standard TN right now. And my curiosity got the better of me. I had an Amazon gift card for my birthday. So I ordered this, and I will link it below. It was under $30. It might have even been under $20. It was extremely affordable. And I freaking love this cover. It's very scratched up right now, but you can just tell the patina is going to be amazing. It's like a nice thick leather. I think it's super high quality for what I paid for it. This is obviously from a smaller traveler's notebook that I stuck in here. Just a sticker from Half Price Books. I have, let's see, 4 notebooks in here right now. This first one, I have basically just been bullet journaling weeklies. Kind of have like my scheduled things over here, meals for the week, cleaning list, to-dos. You know, there's room if I wanted to do some dailies. I most certainly could. And then the next notebook is a monthly, and I've got just December stuck in here because, like I said, I'm currently using this. I got this off of Amazon. It's 2026, 2027. All I've done in here so far is just stick a little washi in, but, you know, there's a lot of room on this page. I think I will enjoy having that much room to write. This, and there's just a random piece of washi stuck there. This is my journal, so I won't show you all of that, but I do try to journal daily. This is kind of a commonplacey, listy type. Let me see here. I have some addresses written in here I want to flip past. I am, instead of mailing out Christmas cards this year, I am going to be sending a letter, hopefully every week next year. And so I've compiled a list of people that would like me to send letters to them. I still have a few weeks to fill in. Let's see. And then this tab, I want to track the books that I read in 2026. I've not been reading a lot the last few years because I've been a full-time college student, taking like 5 classes a semester, and I haven't had time to read anything that wasn't a textbook. So I would like to be a little bit more intentional with that. I have a section here for lists. We already talked about that. Then I have a section for quotes. So I love this thing. I have the feeling I'm going to jam more and more and more into it. This may end up being about the only thing I use next year. So one other thing here. These are kind of my main pens right now. This particular Tombow. This is not a TWSBI. It is a TWSBI knockoff. It is Lanbatal. I think this was a $3 pen, and it is a TWSBI knockoff. Like I said, it very similar. I think I have a TWSBI right here that I could show you. This is a TWSBI Eco. Look how similar those are. And this is an extra fine nib, writes super well. This is a fine nib that writes like a really inky medium or even broad. It puts down so much ink, it's almost unusable. So big fan of this $3 knockoff here. This is a Jinhao, I believe 82, like mini pen. This is my favorite fountain pen that I have. I do kind of wish it was full size, but when you post the lid, it's not too bad. Extra fine nib, and I swear to you, it writes like butter. I have other Jinhao pens that are okay. This one is amazing. So one last thing I did want to show you quick. This is a traveler's notebook I got off of Amazon that I did not actually like. It's like Wanderings or something like that. Look how small it is. So I have repurposed this instead of trying to use this as a planner. And it feels like fakey, plasticky. And like, look at the elastic. It's kind of garbage. Anyway, so I am using this for my personal curriculum. Right now I'm doing analog living, Bible study, and cooking. And, you know, I'm just reading through some books, taking some notes. Yeah. And so I will probably in the new year switch to new topics. And so the last notebook I'm using is this. And I will link this below. I've never seen anything like this. I freaking love it. I love the color. It's got like a nice thick, it's not even like a leather. I mean, it's just a cardboard, but it feels nice. I love the gold coil. It's dot grid, and it is super nice paper. I am doing my scripture writing in here, which this is my scripture writing plan for December. I'm actually going to put one every single month on the blog. I had so many people want to do this with me. I love that. So stay tuned. In the next couple weeks, I will get a January one posted up on the blog. But I started doing this with gel pens because I like the holiday colors. But then I wanted to switch to my fountain pens just so I could use them. And like, it takes a fountain pen great. The only one that I had ghosting was that TWSBI that vomits ink on everything. And I have ghosting on every piece of paper I've used that on. So I really like this. This would be a great like bullet journal. It's got a pen loop. It's got this little folder back here. It's got the bookmark if you want to put it in there. It came with a couple stencils. And then it also has the elastic closure. So, and you know, it matches my traveler's notebook. So really, these are the main planners you're looking at here. This one, if I get a different cover, might come back into play there. So thank you so much for listening to this super chatty video. I would love to hear your thoughts or what you're using for 2026 in the comments below. I will see you guys next time.